I will introduce you about our resource person, and he was over 17 years of industrial experience. He is presently working as a senior manager operations in NTPC Darlapalli Super Thermal Power Project, Odisha. Earlier, he has worked in NTPC Talcher Thermal Ramagundam Power Station before joining NTPC. He was in Maxon Dock Limited, Mumbai in NHPC. Also, he was diversified qualifications includes BTech in electrical and electronic engineering, and also he was done about his post graduation MBA in operation management, and he was done his post graduation MSc in psychology, and again he was a number of qualification like a PG diploma in environment and sustainable development, and he has done his PhD from Maulana Azad National Institute of Technology, Bhopal, and Dr. Rao has the professional certification such as IGC in occupational health and safety by NEBOSH, UK, Harvard Management from Harvard Business School. He was qualified in APCET in 2013. He also holds a certificate of proficiency in boiler operations engineering, project management IPMA level T, and also he was conducted number of seminars and webinars and participated. We doesn't say for 1 hour time, it will be takes for about his all the careers and professionals. Sir, welcome sir to our Vagdevi group of colleges, and we are very happy to introduce you to our students, sir. And
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the nice introduction.
thank you.
Good evening, all of you. And first of all, I thank the management department of Vagdevi Group of institutions. Thank you all for giving me such a wonderful opportunity. So, before I start my slides, let us just begin the webinar with a small exercise. Good evening, all of you. Good evening, my students. Can any one of you unmute and say good evening? Hi.
Yes,
Yeah,
good
yeah.
evening.
Okay. Now you unmute yourself and please close your eyes. Start imagining yourself in your future, what exactly you want to be. Okay? Till then, I'll start my presentation. Please close your eyes and start imagining yourself after 2-3 years of your BTech or MBA or whatever it is. Okay? So what exactly you want to be? After 10 years, 20 years, like that, just start dreaming about yourself. Now we will start exploring yourself into a bright future, right? So what exactly you want to be? Just start imagining. I'll open my slides till then. Just close your eyes, keep calm, and think about your future. How you want to see yourself in your future. Okay? Is the slide visible?
Yes, sir.
This one, next slide.
Facts. Okay. Okay, sir.
Visible now? Right.
It's
Okay.
visible.
Thank you.
It's visible.
Thank you. Okay. Good evening, all of you. Have you analyzed yourself? Have you seen yourself in your future?
Yes,
Yeah. What exactly you want to be?
want to become an entrepreneur.
Wonderful. Any other student can unmute and say. You are basically an engineer or a manager.
I did my graduation. I'm now pursuing my MBA.
Wonderful. Graduation in which subject?
CSC Computer Science.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. Okay, any other student? Please be quick. So no one has any dreams or what? How many are there from engineering background here? BTech students? Are there any BTech students?
Sir, all the graduates are there, sir. MBA, BTech, and all the graduates are there, sir.
Okay. So, good evening, all of you. Let us start our presentation on explore yourself for a bright future. So, your bright future is in your hands only. So, let us explore what exactly your skills are and whether they are meeting the requirement of the industry to have a bright future or not. I am Dr. Subbarao from NTPC, as she has already given the introduction. No need to introduce myself. So let us now, you have already seen yourself in your future with your dreams. Okay? Now let us see some of the facts. Over 80% of Indian engineers are unemployable and lacking new age technology skills. This is the report given by Employability Assessment Company Aspiring Minds, and it is published in India Today. Even I have the reports on management students also. Management, I'll just come to that after discussing the engineers. Okay? Why it is so? Only 3.84% of engineers in the country have the technical, cognitive, and linguistic skills required. What are these skills? Actually, technical skills, obviously, an engineer should have. What about the cognitive and linguistic skills required? This is, I'm not saying this. This is as per the report. Just understand the facts. And again, managers also, we have the reports. You can also Google it. You can understand what skills are required by the manager. And one more important, wonderful thing is, you have in your MBA, what is the role of a manager? Roles and responsibilities of a manager is an important question asked in the first year itself, right? Am I correct or not? Somebody should respond, no? Actually, it's an interactive session, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's an important question. You have already looked it up and put it on paper, and you got the marks, right? But it is not so. We should understand each and every word in that, and you should start practicing that. You should visualize yourself as a manager at the end of your MBA. Even in the MBA also, you should behave like a manager. What are the qualities of a manager? Again, it is leadership, innovation, so many factors are there, right? So we should start imbibing those skills, communication skills, planning, organizing, implementing, analyzing, control, so many things, postcard, all those things you all know. I'm not going to discuss all those things, but just I want to sensitize you all people that after MBA you are going to become a manager. Because most of the people are from management, I'm just switching over. Otherwise, it is for engineers. Even engineers also become managers. I'm an engineer, now I'm senior manager. So after some experience, we'll be having decision-making skills and analysis and problem solving. All these are the responsibilities of a manager. Okay? Only 3% of engineers have new age technological skills. That is artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, and mobile development. Of course, these are very much required by the management people also. Data science, data analytics, you know. So it is not a software anymore. Okay, we will be using business analytics. Is an important thing used by new age managers now. Okay. So that is how we should correlate the skills when you are analyzing either engineering or management. Only 1.7% of engineers have the skills needed to work in new age jobs. Okay. These are the statistics for engineers. It holds good for managers also. There are other reports. only 40% of engineering graduates do an internship. So how many people have gone to an industry and have seen the actual reality? So anyone please unmute and say, have you ever gone to any industry and how managers are doing, whether you have any exposure to the industry or not in your BTech, in your MBA? Hello?
Yes,
Have you done any project in an industry? Hello? Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, most of the people come to an industry to do the projects without understanding their objective of the project itself. So I have asked with many MBA students, what is the objective of your project? What exactly you want to do? They don't understand. They don't know. So how will they become a manager just after MBA? So just you try to compare yourself with a person who is doing MBA from IIT or NIT or PGDBM from IIM. They are also becoming managers straight away, and they have campus placements, and they are going into very good companies. Why we are not going? Just we should explore ourselves. Okay? You should understand yourself. You all people are from management, right? So you know SWOT analysis, everything. You should do SWOT analysis to yourself. You should understand your strengths, weaknesses, and what are the opportunities there available with my knowledge, my skills. What are the objective opportunities available in the market? Then we should explore those opportunities and face the threats. Then you will automatically succeed, right? Agreed? We'll see. Only 36% to do projects beyond their curriculum. So someone wanted to become an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is nothing but thinking out of box, and you should come out with new ideas which can be implemented. You know the difference between creativity and innovation, right? Creativity is just coming up with new ideas. Innovation is coming up with new ideas which are feasible and implementable. You know what is the difference between a normal idea and an innovative idea. Innovative idea can be implemented. It is feasible. It is financially feasible, technically feasible. Feasibility means what? It can be implemented in practical. So practically it can be done. Some ideas will be vague ideas. They can't be implemented, but it is just an idea. That is creativity. So there is a difference between creativity and innovation. We should go for innovation, obviously. Being a manager, it is a must. Being an entrepreneur, it is a must. Being an engineer, it is a must. Okay. Subjects are taught in a very theoretical manner in colleges. This is also from the report only I am saying. 60% faculty doesn't talk about the application of the concepts in the industry. This is for technical side. Of course, in management also we can say in IIMs they will be talking about case studies. So what's exactly happening in the industry, they will be discussing, and these people are understanding the latest technologies or latest trends in management happening in the industry, and they will be very much ready after their MBA to take up responsible positions as managers. Management is nothing but a responsibility. Please try to understand. So how much responsible you are in taking decisions, in applying innovation, in motivating people, in leading people, leadership qualities, in inspiring, inspirational attitude, how much you have, what are your leadership skills. So there are n number of things to be assessed to declare you as a manager, right? So we should start exploring those areas which were untouched till now. Okay? So we should start doing that. Only 47% percent of engineers attend any industry talk. Now also you see engineers were welcomed for this talk. It is an industrial talk but on a management subject. It's a normal general subject, so they don't want to attend. So these are the facts from that report, right? Do you know the roles and responsibilities of an engineer? So it is as per why I am discussing about engineer means already managers roles are very much clearly defined in each and every book, and they are being asked in the question in the form of questions in any exam, right? So you have already mastered roles and responsibilities of a manager. You already know it. You will be managing these engineers. So you will be on the top of an engineer. Or if you are an entrepreneur, you will be dealing with the engineers. So we should know their roles and responsibilities to manage these people. And again, if some engineers are also attending this, then they should understand their own roles and responsibilities. Then only we will be able to do our roles and responsibilities properly. So for that, what is required? Skills are required. To discharge your responsibilities, we need skills. Okay? So obviously, you are entering into one company means you know all those job roles, job specification, job rotation, all those things are there. Recruitment process, job specification, job analysis. So you all know all those things, right? In management also, people think I'm from finance, I'm from operations, I'm from HR, and those are from marketing. So all these are sub parts of management. So when you are on the top, so all these skills you need. Okay. So a manager should know something about everything and everything about something. So we should know something about everything and everything about something, right? And now, already we have a manager roles, responsibilities defined. Now engineer roles and responsibilities are defined in this manner. National Occupational Standards, Qualification Packs, NSDC, and Sector Council, Skill Councils. Suppose power sector, I belong to power sector. So what is a power manager role or power engineer role? It is very much clearly defined in these things. So students can go through those things. In that, suppose soft skills, 20% are required for a normal engineer. So 40% maybe for a software engineer. So that is how the skills are defined in these standards. So students should be sensitized with these standards so that they can view themselves how to become an effective engineer in future. So finally we have come to goal setting. So finally you know your skills and what are the roles and responsibilities of a manager. That also you know how to fix your goal. You have already dreamt of becoming an entrepreneur or a manager or a singer. Somebody may dream for becoming an actor. Okay. So even after BTech or MBA also, people have become actors, singers, cricketers, so many other fields also they have shined. So how to do that? Now goal setting. Goal for fixing a goal, we should understand our strengths and weaknesses. So you have a particular goal at this platform. Then you have meeting the requirement here only. So there is a gap. That gap gives you a tremendous amount of stress. Okay. So unless and until you upgrade yourself, you upgrade your skills to reach your goal, that stress will be on with you. Okay. So to reduce the stress, either you have to reduce your goal or increase your skill. These are the two aspects. I define stress as goal minus your skill. Okay. The difference between these two, the skills acquired by you and the skills required, the difference is stress. Okay. So students are under tremendous stress. Why? Because of this. So the skills required by the industry are not matching with the skills acquired by the students. So obviously there will be a gap between industry and academia. So how to bridge this? Unless you bridge this gap, there will be a stress on students, there will be a stress on parents and teachers and industry. So the stress flows everywhere because there will be a gap between these. And again, if there is a positive stress and negative stress, suppose the gap is very big, then it becomes a negative stress. If it is slightly narrow, very narrow, then you will feel, okay, I can catch up. I can catch up my goal with the small upgradation of skill. So if that gap is very small, then you can switch over and immediately you can achieve your goal. Otherwise, you have to decrease your goal. Suppose my aim is to become a Prime Minister of India. Is it possible?
Possible, sir.
Huh? So I should do my SWOT analysis to understand what are my resources, my capabilities. With that, what I can exactly achieve. So we should do SWOT analysis. So it is like, suppose if you want to go to Delhi from Hyderabad, from Warangal, let us say. So how will you go by? How will you go to Delhi from your Warangal? Yeah, tell me. What are the options? So your goal is to reach Delhi.
Train, car, aeroplane.
Yeah, wonderful. Train, car, aeroplane. Okay. Train is for, so how will you choose? Depending on the time, depending on your money. What is time? What is money? These are your resources. Time and money are resources, no? Man, material, machine, money. Time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 4Ms plus T are your resources. Being a manager, you should understand with these resources only you should reach your goal, right? So I have no money to afford aeroplane journey. Then somebody else who can pay for it, they'll reach their goal. Okay, but I cannot reach. Even though I'm skilled, even though my goal setting is perfect, so that is how the resources matter. Okay. What about the other option? Car. So can you drive so long, or simply sit in the train and relax with proper relaxation? You can reach your destination. So that is up to you again. This is what decision making is. You have some resources, you have some goals, and these are not fixed goals. You can move it, you can change it, you can use whatever resource you want depending on your SWOT. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. Everything is available in the market. Planes are there, car is there, as he said, even you can plan with a bicycle. Many people are roaming around the globe with a bicycle, right? I don't have anything, but I have a strong desire to reach my destination, that is Delhi. I have only a bicycle with me. Can I go or not?
Can, sir.
Yes, but it may take a lifetime. Okay, it might be a lifetime goal for me. Time, again, I'm compromising on time, but I'm not compromising on money. So whatever money is there with me, with that, I buy a bicycle and I'll go slowly. Okay. Then I won't think of other people who are going by plane, who are going by train, or who are going by car and get stressed. These people are reaching their goals very fast. We should not think about that, because you know your resources, right? I know my resource. I have only one bicycle, but I want to reach my goal. Or you reduce it to Ramagundam, Warangal to Ramagundam bicycle, or from railway station to your home. That only you can do with the bicycle. That also is possible. Or don't do it, just sleep. That is also possible. Okay? So everything is in your hands. As a manager, you have everything with you. That is the managerial thinking, right? Understood?
Yes.
That is how we take decisions depending on your resources, basically. how much resources are there, how can you, what is the margin you have in goal setting, whether you can decrease your goal or increase your goal. Suppose you have a flight and some offers are there. Okay, freely somebody is taking it to Delhi. You have that information. Information is another important resource required for the manager. Okay, so we should open your eyes. Okay, and see what's happening in the market. Suppose there is an offer from the aeroplane company. Just they are taking all the people free of cost. Then why to buy the bicycle? Just go and take that advantage. Opportunity. Yeah. SWOT analysis. Opportunity is there. You know your weakness, that you don't have money. You have taken up the right opportunity and you have reached your destination on par with others. So that is there, right? Understood? So we should always be alert. What's happening in the industry? What's happening in the market? What's happening in the academia? Everything you should scan. That is called market research. Okay? That is theoretically they will be talking about market research that way, but I take this as a market research, right? So we should understand what's happening in totality. That is called bird's eye view. That also I'll come to it. How many of you know about this future skills by Government of India, NASSCOM? So there is a wonderful initiative by Government of India. It is free of cost. They are imparting artificial intelligence, whatnot, all soft skills and all the important softwares like under artificial intelligence. There are so many softwares required, right? So all those are also they are teaching free of cost to upgrade the skills of young population. So you can register, go to that site, Future Skill Prime. So any student or any citizen of India can avail this opportunity. Artificial intelligence, blockchains, all these are the latest technologies. Okay, all these are required for business people also. Management also they need decision making. All other soft skills also they are even communication skills. So many things are available in that. Okay. So you are not opening yourself. You are not opening your eye. Understood? No? This is the information I have given. It is freely available. It is like that offer given by the aeroplane to reach your destination free of cost. Okay. So this is how so many other options are available on internet. You are not a local student anymore. You are a global student. Once you have the internet, you have the mobile phone, then you are connected to the world. Explore yourself again. Okay?
Sir.
Now let us see what are the 21st century skills. There are certain skills. 20th century wala, you forget about all those things. Okay? Already that generation is gone. Now the latest generation is Generation Z. You know that? Already you are from management, no? Right. Come on, tell me. What are millennials? What are Generation X, Generation Y and Generation Z? Any one of the students, please tell me, what is Generation Z? To which generation you people belong as a manager? Come on, tell me. Yeah. You are all management students, right?
Maybe we're all belonging to the 21st century decade.
Obviously, that is there. We are presently in 21st century only. But I told you so many generations, millennials, Generation X, Generation Y and Generation Z. What are these generations? Why I am asking this one again? And how much important to the management students to understand this? Come on, tell me. Have you heard this earlier or not? First of all, you tell me, then I'll just briefly explain that. Not this 21st century. That is very important for the management, right? Yeah.
Yeah, millennials are right, who are born between something like 1940s or 1960s or something like that. And
Yeah.
whereas 1990s, the 21st
Yeah,
century,
at least
something belongs to
perfect.
XYZ.
Actually, depending on the age, they have divided into these generations, right?
Exactly.
Generation Z is the latest generation. I believe it is after 1995. So 1991, I think. Okay. So we should understand why it is like a market segmentation again, right? So these people, their behavior is clustered into one group, and they are calling it as Generation X, Generation Y, and Generation Z. So their behavior we should understand. Then only you can focus on the customer base. Then only you can impart the skill base. What are the skills acquired by those generations, and what are the skills required by this current generation, Generation Z. So Generation X people will be teaching you the skills required for Generation Z. So obviously Generation Z people have certain kind of psychology, behavioral attitude. So we should understand that behavior and customize the curriculum and all other things. That is a new area of research now. So at least you people should understand you belong to Generation Z, and you should understand what exactly your skills are and what skills are required for the 21st century. Right. Critical thinking. What is critical thinking? Please explore. Okay. So critically analyzing everything. Analyzing is the responsibility of a manager, right or wrong? Right now?
Yes,
We should understand problem from different perspectives. Overall picture you should know. Then only you can approach for a decision making. Decision making is another important role of a manager, right? Creativity. Again, I told you the difference between creativity and innovation. So you should be out of box. You should do things differently, right? Problem solving. I told you already. So problem solving, for that, what are the alternatives? You should be in a position to analyze and pick one most suitable and feasible alternative among the other possible solutions. So that is how problem solving is done. Right. Again, it is a responsibility of a manager. An ability to collaborate and to communicate well. So what is collaboration? You all know. Companies acquiring one more company. So they are collaborating. Acquiring one company or two managers collaborate to do an important work or to solve a problem. So that is how two managers from different departments, they may collaborate, and communication plays an important role in that. So that is called a cross-functional team again. So people from different departments are called to discuss on a particular issue. They'll come out with innovative thoughts for problem solving. So that is called cross-functional teams. So to collaborate again and to communicate are some of the responsibilities of a manager. I'm talking about 21st century skills. Okay. We are living in 21st century means we must have all these things, irrespective of whether he is an engineer or a manager. So these are must. Financial literacy. Again, some managers, some engineers lack this financial literacy. Even managers also have seen we are lagging behind financial literacy. So everyone should have a financial responsibility while taking decisions. So financial literacy is a must. It is aiding for this. What is ICT? That is our IT, right? So again, everything business analytics and all other management functions have become online or with a software support. So we should be ready to understand the new technologies emerging in IT sector. Okay? Decision making tools are available. So these are the alternatives. So which is the best one that will be suggested in decision making tools, right? to adapt quickly and thrive in a dynamic job market. Okay, the job market is dynamically changing. So many people have lost their jobs in this pandemic situation. So what you are adopting to the new situation? Okay, very important. Adapting quickly and thrive in a dynamic job market. Now everything become dynamic. Okay, earlier you used to have classes, offline classes, right? Normal traditional mode of teaching and learning. Now it has been changed to online. So you have got adapted to the new technology, new change. Okay, so you already know resistance for change will be there and how to overcome that. Again, for that you have to do strategies, strategic planning, strategic implementation. So strategic management again is an important role of a manager. So how quickly change management you call change management again, and you should be dynamic, otherwise you will become diabetic. This is what I have written in my blog. Okay, so we should be always dynamic, otherwise gone. Right? Roles and responsibilities again continue. Design, creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship. So what is entrepreneurship? You are coming up with a feasible idea, that is innovation, and then you are adding some value to it, and some money is invested on that, and you are producing and delivering it to market. So all the supply chain principles are applied in entrepreneurship. So being an entrepreneur means it is about the manager. So not only management skills, you should know negotiation skills and also many other things also we should explore to become an entrepreneur. Okay, and it is a huge responsibility compared to a manager, right? Estimates. You should be in a position to estimate how much money is required for my firm if I want to implement something, right? So that is done through budgeting. Even for a marriage, let us say, even some event is there, some function is there in your home. For that also, we will be estimating this much amount might be required, right? As per that, you will be keeping some amount for conducting such a function or marriage or whatever. Okay. So it is integrated. All the management concepts are integrated in your day-to-day life. Okay. By knowingly or unknowingly, you will be using all these concepts already. Okay. So knowingly, if you use, there are fair chances of not committing a mistake. Right? So that is what management science is teaching us. So being a management graduate, you should understand all these concepts and try to apply. Application is very important. That's what we have already told. No, concepts they are not applying actually. Concepts are not being applied by engineering students as well as management students, right? So we should start applying whatever you have learned in your daily life. So and when you go to job, you are intended to do all these roles and responsibilities, right? Patents and copyrights. This is very much important when you go for your entrepreneurship. So obviously, whenever you have come up with an idea, we should understand what estimates, what is the budget required to implement that idea, and whether it is financially feasible or not. And you should register it for getting the patent. Otherwise, your competitor may steal your idea and he may produce. That is what we should understand when you are becoming an entrepreneur, right? Productivity. What is productivity? Please anyone say productivity. Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. It's audible.
Anyone from the student? Please respond.
Good, sir. Good and material.
Productivity. What's that?
Materials to prepare products by purpose of selling.
What else? Any other? What is efficiency? What is efficiency? And what is effectiveness? Actually, it is there in first year in IGNOU material. I don't know about your curriculum, but we should understand the difference between efficiency and effectiveness. What are these two? Then automatically productivity you will be understanding, right? Productivity is nothing but efficiency. It is output by input. It is the ratio of output to input. So if you are decreasing your input in the denominator, productivity increases, right? Input is nothing but money again, man, material, money and machine, right? 4 M's. If you are trying to reduce or optimizing your resources, means trying to reduce your resources, your productivity goes high, right? Because it is in the denominator. Output. So with the same resources, if you are increasing output, again the productivity goes high. Means your efficiency goes high. So efficiency and productivity are one and the same. Efficiency is the terminology used in engineering for machines. Okay, output by input, and even in control systems, all those things. Productivity is nothing but same, output by input. We have resources; those are inputs, and you have output. Output can be sales or quality or quantity, whatever you call. Okay, you know about quality and quantity, right? What is quality and what is quantity? Quantity is nothing but
Measurement product
We can measure measurable.
yeah. It's like this. Let me tell you. Getting 90% marks out of 100 is quantity. Let us say. Okay. Somebody may get 90%, but his quality is less. Okay. Quality as a manager is less, but he is trying to achieve 90. Right? Quality again is assessed by several controls like interviews, entrance tests, or some examinations. They keep all these things to filter quality, to take quality candidates, right? Quantity is nothing but getting the marks only, let us say. So it is as good as the same. When you come to goods and materials, it is the same. You are increasing the quantity means there might be a lack of quality. So balancing between these two is very much important. Indirectly you can correlate quality with effectiveness. What is effectiveness? I told you efficiency and effectiveness are very important. What is effectiveness? Effectiveness is nothing but what? Tell me anyone.
Desired result.
Huh?
Getting a desired result.
Yeah, exactly. How?
Yeah. So like efficiency is nothing but like getting a desired result, but whereas effectiveness is nothing but even if we keep something lower input and getting a higher output is nothing but effectiveness.
Yeah, exactly. How you are achieving your results is nothing but effectiveness. It gives the direction. Which direction you are following to achieve your goal is nothing but effectiveness. Okay, there are two alternatives to reach a goal. How effective you are is decided by these two. Okay, so I'm studying it for 1 hour and I'm getting 90% marks, and somebody is studying for 10 hours and getting the same result. So who is more effective? I'm more effective because I'm thinking in the right direction. My focus is on right direction. Suppose one scientist is there, one terrorist is there. Both are very intelligent. Their efficiency is 100%. He can also deliver results 100%, and this fellow also can they deliver the results 100%. But what is the effectiveness? The directions are entirely different. Right? The goals are different, the directions, the approach, even whether you are following the ethics in the process or not, all these things come under effectiveness, and you should be very much effective. Okay? Erection, commissioning, operation and maintenance service, all these are related to engineering. I am skipping those And what is the time now? Am I going? 6:53. Okay. Learning updates, technology adaptability, training, all these things you already know. So even it is the responsibility of the manager to know so many things and to share also. Simultaneously, we should share with others, with the juniors. We should bring up other people. So that is how an inspirational manager should work on. Communication, that I already told you. Managerial and leadership skills, that also I have already discussed. Ethics. Yeah. Now being a leader, being a manager, you should be very much ethical. Ethics, morals, and values. These are the three very important things a manager should have. There should not be any corruption when you are at a responsible position. Okay? The moment you have certain responsibilities, certain you are in a certain position, then you have power. Management is nothing but having a power. So the moment you have some power, there is a chance of corruption. So we should not misutilize the power which is given to you as a manager. Okay, so we should be very much ethical. This is very important when you are going to the leadership positions and powerful positions. Environment friendly. Again, your operations in your company should not affect the environment, whatever you do. That you can start practicing even at the individual level or at your institutional level or at the organization level or state level or national level and world level. World Environment Day, it talks about the overall world scenario. Even we celebrate and we should have a feeling towards the environment. So environment and sustainability, again, all these are the buzzwords of managers, right? So being a manager, you should strategize how to operate eco-friendly, right? Safety, again, it is the responsibility of the manager to take care of the safety of all the employees in your organization. Okay, so nobody should nobody should die because of you. Understood? So you should be responsible in designing all the strategies related to safety management system. How safety is managed in the organization is dependent on the leader and his strategic approach. Laws and regulations. Again, you should know what are the laws and regulations while operating your business or your entrepreneurship firm. So many laws and regulations are there when you are running your business. So we should know all those things. Learning again. You are not a global student. Sorry, you are a global student, not a local student. Because you are already connected with the world. So even this topic can be shared by so many people in the world, and they can discuss, and you can get the knowledge from the every nook and corner of the world. So that facility is there with you, with your mobile and internet. So we should start exploring again. YouTube, there are podcasts. So many professors in the world, they have podcasts. It is nothing but only audio lectures. They will be giving so many audio lectures in podcasts for free on any topic, on technical topics, management, spirituality, whatever you have. So those are there. And blogs, so many blogs are there in which people discuss their own ideas. Social media networks. So even in Facebook also there are a number of pages related to the research or students of management or entrepreneurship. All those ideas are being shared. So we are using all these for a different purpose till now. Okay, start using it properly. Start being effective, more effective, right? Being a manager. These are certain important portals which are very much free, run by the government of India, central government. Swayam is one particular app in which all the courses are free for learning. Okay, please note down. Swayam is one. Even there is an app, or in the site also you have Swayam. In that there are n number of free courses available. You need not pay anything. You can just learn, start learning. So, n number of courses are available. But if you want to get the certificate, then you have to pay 2,000 rupees or 4,000 or whatever, depending on the course. That is one thing. UGC MOOCs. Again, it is a massive online learning program initiative taken by UGC. From that also, great inputs are there for you to learn. EPG Patashala. This is another spelling is not correct actually. It is a PG Patashala. Right? Patashala, in which you get all the information about PG. All courses material is freely available. So sir, I don't have any books, sir, to read about operations management or strategic management. You can't say, because there is a National Academic Depository or EPG Patashala in which everything is freely available for you. Right? So, no, sir, our sir is not telling properly, or in our institute these facilities are not there. Though all those things, they are remote. Everything is online. Everything is free for you. The entire world is trying to support you to make you a better manager. So try to understand, right? Industrial visits, interactions, internships, projects, and apprenticeship. So how many of you have done all these things? So we should understand the ground reality there, what's happening in the industry. For that, visits are required, and we should have interactions, frequent interactions with the academia and industry people. Then internships. Again, here only I told you, internships and projects. They are just coming to meet their academic requirement. That should not be the actual criteria. Okay? We should understand you are becoming a better manager by understanding the concepts of a project. So how to do a project planning, organizing, again, all those things will come in the project. So how to select a project, what is the scope of the project, objective, how you are reaching, what are the conclusions, what is the analysis you did, everything should be there in the project. And you should have understanding about the overall picture of project management. When you are doing your MBA project, you should feel like that. At the end of your project, you should feel, I have acquired all the project management skills. That is an opportunity given in the academia. But you are not exploring that. You are just simply enjoying, and you are not understanding what is your objective of the project. Then closed. Right? Now we'll see what is this. What do you come to know about this? What is your understanding about this?
Concentration.
What is this story actually?
This is the story of Ekalavya, sir.
No. Bird is there, and some people are standing, and here
Arjuna and Krishna. Arjuna and Ashwadhama.
exactly. And Dronacharya. Okay, and other people are also watching. He is targeting the eye of the bird, right?
Yes.
The moment we say bird's eye view, I have thought of this story, right? So what is bird's eye view in management? Bird's eye view is the eagle's view, means holistic view, means overall picture. The business internal environment, external environment, no? Business has internal environment and external environment. So we should be on the top to see both the internal and external. That is what a leader is. That is what a manager is. So we should have a bigger spectrum to look into all the things dynamically, both internal and external. That is called eagle's view or bird's eye view. Bird's eye view means overall picture. Why I am studying this? Why I am doing this? Everything you should be in a position to analyze. That is called self-analysis, right? Self-actualization comes in which pyramid? Self-actualization. Have you heard this term? Anywhere in some HR theories? Self-actualization. That comes in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Do you know that? Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Hello? Anyone? It is there in marketing, it is there in HR. It comes everywhere. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Unless you know your customer needs, how you will design, how you will market your product. Right now? So it is the basic requirement of any marketing person. To just see here. He is aiming at the bird's eye, but he is not seeing anywhere. Suppose, let us say, a tiger comes from behind and eats him, then you are just concentrating on the bird's eye, and people appreciate, and they tell this story in a different manner, right? For concentration. Now I will come out with a new perspective. Suppose a tiger approaches from behind, then he is targeting and he is doing his job properly with full of concentration. He is not seeing back. So he may be attacked, right? So as a manager, you should be in a position to see everything. What is happening in your behind, what is on front, what is your goal. Approaching everything, you should be in a position to how to see that. You should be on the sky, like the eagle. Eagle can see everything what's happening down below, right? That is eagle see. That is what is required for a manager. So just open and start looking at the world with bird's eye view perspective. That is eagle's view perspective. So being a manager, you should be in a position to analyze everything, and you should be position to see feedback from all the people and understand everything. So our mind should be like a lens of a camera, which can be zoomed to see the bird's eye clearly. So I can be seen with perfect zooming. We are focusing, and it can be unzoomed to have the bird's eye view. That's what you are doing with your camera, no? On your mobile, you are zooming to point out a particular thing, and you are unzooming to have a bigger picture. You please understand this term also, frequently used in management talks. Bigger picture, have a bigger picture, have an eagle's point of view, eagle's view, bird's eye view. All these are from the top. When you are sitting at the top, that is, you are a manager, right? Manager only sits on the top and can see everything. All the information comes from many corners. So we should analyze all those things, and just suppose some problem is there, then zoom it. Zoom and attend that problem, and unzoom and see what's happening in all the departments. That is what a manager should do. So all these qualities you should start exploring and imbibing, right? Be the jack of all trades and master of one. Earlier the proverb used to be master of none, right? Right now, be the jock of all. Have you heard about this? Means it is like this. A manager should know something about everything and everything about something. Master one thing and try to analyze the remaining things. That is what bird's eye view is. We should see from all the corners. We should understand both the internal environment and external environment of the business. Then only you can operate your business properly. Turn inward and outward. So turn inward. You should understand yourself first. You should explore yourself first. You should know your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. SWOT analysis should be done inward. Then again outward. What are the market opportunities? What are the business opportunities? What is outside your academia, your institution, your college? What's happening outside? That also we should be in a position to know. Again, what is going on in you, whether you are learning, whether you are exploring new things or not, all those things are turning inward. So your mind should be like a front and rear camera. Front camera is you are looking at yourself, you are turning towards you. The rear camera is to look out what's happening in the world. So we should strike a balance between these two. So we should self-analyze, we should analyze what is happening in the world also. Both the things should be in your hand, like your mobile. So the moment you want to analyze the world, you should switch to rear camera. The moment you want to analyze yourself, switch to the front camera. It is so that is how we should think, right? That is what I learned from the mobile. Now you see how to you have already fixed up your goal based on your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. You have done your SWOT analysis, both inward and outward, and you have fixed your goal. Now how to reach the destination? Okay. 10 tips I want to suggest for the successful journey. Set realistic goals based on the capabilities and resources. Both the things. Right. What is capability and what is resource? Resource I already told you: car, bike, cycle, plane, and train. That's what he has also told, right? How much working condition they are in. That is the capability. Suppose I have the plane with a defect, then again it is not possible. It is a resource, but it is not an available resource. And how much capacity it has to reach my destination, whether it has a fuel or not, right? So try to analyze all those things. Those come under capabilities. Whether it has a capability, I have the capability to reach the destination or not, to reach my goal or not, that you should be in a position to understand. Based on which, try to reduce the goal or increase your capability. Increasing your capability means learning the new skills and all. Otherwise, you have to compromise on your goal. Obviously, accept your limitations. I have certain limitations. That's what I told you. I can afford only a bicycle or a free offer by the aeroplane. That's how I can reach Delhi. I have these two limitations. I cannot think of going by train because that is out of my limitation. Right? So I should understand my limitations, limit yourself to that, focus on that only. You should not think somebody is going by train, or I could not, don't blame the God, don't blame your parents or anyone. No outside circumstances will help you. Okay, or don't blame Corona, don't blame the pandemic situation or anything. Okay, accept your limitations. This is the scenario given to you. Based on that only, you should fix your either compromise on your goal or increase your skill. These are the two options. Understood? Am I clear? Hello?
Hello, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Have a clear-cut roadmap. You see here, without a roadmap also, if you are driving on these zigzag paths, so roadmap is a requirement here, right? Google is providing, right? So similarly, we should also know the clear-cut roadmap before driving towards our goal, right? So be ethical in reaching your targets. So suppose if you are crushing someone and reaching your target on road, it is not allowed, right? So we should follow all the rules and regulations on road. Similarly, in business also it is like that. We should follow all the ethical practices being followed in business. Then if you are achieving your target, then it is okay. Otherwise, doing something like a Satyam scenario, again you will be landing in trouble, right? Help others to reach their targets also. Corporate governance, ethical means corporate ethics. Again, it comes under corporate governance, which is a buzzword. Again, very much important in management. Help others to reach their targets also. It comes under collaboration and cooperation. So, if you are an entrepreneurship, try to collaborate with one more entrepreneurship. Or if you are a big company, you can encourage new companies, new small entrepreneur ventures. Okay, that is how you are expanding or giving an arm towards the new person to arrive in the market. So help others. Again, even in road also you will be seeing, no, if tire gets punctured, then somebody will help you. So similarly, it is like that. You can suppose if you are affordable to help someone, you can do that in business also. Keep the focus not only on the goal but also on the path, how you are going. So Google Map clearly gives you 3-4 alternative paths to reach the same goal. One is with full of traffic or something like that. You have even vehicles also they will be giving, right? So based on your skills and the time, everything, you can fix your path also. Not only the goal. Path is also very important. You should be on the right path. That's what I told you. Goal can be achieved in the wrong path also. So again the effectiveness goes. So how much effective and ethical you are, that is very important to become a business leader. Even if you miss your path, don't worry. Correct your directions of journey as per the roadmap and go ahead. It is for the failures. Suppose if you are on the right track, you have put all your efforts, still you have failed in your exam or in your business or whatever in future also. Don't worry. Here also it is happening, no? Many times when you are going, you will take a wrong path. Again you will realize it is a wrong path. Again you will come back and take the right path. So there is an opportunity always. Okay, failures are the stepping stones to success bolte na. So it is like that only. Correct your directions of journey as per the roadmap. Again you see the roadmap. I have gone to the wrong direction. So this is guiding you to go in the right direction. Again you will be correcting and going ahead. That is what. If some failure happens in your life, your mode of thinking should be like this. Be a sustainable vehicle on the roadmap of excellence. So I have compared this as an excellence. There is a business excellence model in which we should all be running towards the path of excellence. So excellence and success. If you are behind the excellence, then success is behind you, right? So always aim for excellence. So you should excel in knowledge, in exposure, in experience, whatever. So try to excel. That is very important. Obviously, success follows you. Okay, don't run behind the success. So excellence should be your goal actually. So we should be a sustainable vehicle. Sustainability means what? It should continue. Sustainable business, sustainability, sustainable development. All these are another again big words and buzzwords of current management practices. Be patient when there is a red signal. Again it is talking about. You are understanding, no? I am comparing your successful journey in your life for career with the road and you are driving on the road. Okay, so both are one and the same only. Be patient when there is a red signal. Red signal means you suppose corona pandemic has taken so many people's jobs. Okay, so there is a red signal. Just wait. After a few seconds, it will become green. Okay, so don't get panic and many people are committing suicide because of that, and some students are committing suicides because of failures. It is not a failure. It's just a red signal in your path of excellence. So you are following an excellence with a bike or car, whatever you have. You are on the road. Right? So there is a red signal, just wait. Or somebody is trying to overtake, let him. Okay, all these things are safe. And help others. Suppose if somebody is weak, don't laugh at him. Just somebody has fallen from a bike. You are lifting, no? So suppose somebody is has failed in one exam. Don't laugh at him. Just support. If you are ready to. Or otherwise just don't criticize those people. Okay. At least we should motivate those people, right? Always maintain the healthiness of the vehicle. Here the vehicle means we, right? Healthiness of the vehicle. It is the driver's responsibility. Means healthiness means our health is our wealth, right? So we should take care of our health. Even in pandemic situation also, suppose you have all the goals, all these things you are following, but your health is not proper. Your life itself is not there. Then what can you achieve? So healthiness of the vehicle means healthiness of the body is very important. That is whose responsibility? Driver's responsibility. It is my responsibility. My health is my responsibility. That's why even in Corona also, it is our responsibility to wear a mask, sanitization. So everything is in our hands. So nobody is going to help us. Happy journey. And what is the main goal of life? Can anybody say?
Success. Success.
What will be the main goal of life?
Success, sir. Success, sir.
Success. I already told you we should be behind excellence, not success. Excellence.
Failure.
If you are achieving excellence, automatically success follows you, right? Or what else? Any other? Just think. What should be the goal? Actually, I have told you all the possibilities, all these things, how to set the goal, how to achieve everything I told now. So what should be the main goal of life? Yeah. Any other? Yeah, please. Quickly. Happiness should be the main goal of life. Remaining all are the sub goals. Suppose if I become a cricketer, I'll be happy. If I buy a car, I'll be happy. If I get a first rank, I'll be happy. So, what are these? Becoming a cricketer or getting a car or getting the first rank. All these are goals. But are you getting the happiness after reaching that? After buying a car, I will think of buying a television or something else. Okay. So that is how your goals are shifting every now and then. But you are not achieving happiness actually. You are thinking that after achieving this, I'll be happy. Okay. After getting a job, you think that you will be happy. But after getting the job, I should have more salary. That is again another goal which may make you happy. But after reaching that, again you will think, no, I should be married or I should get promotion. Then only I will be happy. So it is a continuous process, and all these are sub goals. After achieving those, again you will not be happy. Right? So you are trying to be happy by achieving something, but again you will be dragged into that loop. So finally your life will be over and you will not be happy. So we should see happiness in whatever you do. Even if you fail also, you should be happy. That's all. Enjoy each and every picosecond of life. What is picosecond? Okay. It is for technical people actually. Okay. So even a microsecond, millisecond, nanosecond, we should not leave. We should enjoy whatever is there in your life, right? Whatever resources you have, you should understand everything, and how you are operating, you should be in a position to know. So again, I told you our own safety, we should only take care, because take care of your head. Not everyone gets a replacement like me. This is what Ganesh is saying. Okay, his head has been replaced. Right? You know that story, no?
Yes, sir.
So if you are losing our head, who is going to replace? So wear helmet, is saying, right? So while driving your bikes and all, we should wear helmets, and even in Corona situation also, we should protect ourselves, right? So we should take care of ourselves. And even in Raksha Bandhan also, our sisters of Telangana, they were giving gifts, helmets as gifts to their brothers, right? Even in marriages also, you have seen some photos. They are gifting 2 helmets for both husband and wife, newly married couple. They were giving. So it is an innovative approach followed in our Telangana to take care of safety. Again in Corona situation, you know what are the safety? These are called personal protective equipment. PPE is in safety terms, but of course, again you have seen these PPE kits in Corona also, no? right? So here, what I say is, which one do you want to choose? Either this mask or that mask. It is your choice. If you are not wearing these two masks, then obviously you have to wear an oxygen mask later. Right? That is how this corona situation is. So everything is in our hands only, because hand sanitization you are doing with hands. Again, you are putting the mask with your hands. And even most of the psychologists and motivators, they say your destiny is in your hands. Your Jivan Rekha is in your hands. Even palmistry says it is in your hands. So everything is in your hands. By please take care of yourself, wear masks and sanitization and social distancing. All these protocols you should follow in the corona pandemic situation. And when you save yourself, then only you can think of all the remaining things like your goals. All these things can be implemented when you have life. Okay, then you can add life to your goals. Right? Okay, all the best. And these are my contact details. Research Subbu, that is my mail ID, my mobile number, and I have a blog in which I share my thoughts. Small thoughts I will be sharing in my blog. That is researchsubbu.blogspot.com. You can visit that anytime, and if you have any doubts, you can contact me anytime. Right? These are the references I have used. I already told you from the reports only. I was telling those statistics. These are the web links. Thank you so much. Now I am open for the question and answer session.
Uh, Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, and we have get lots of information about your experiences, and that what about you have done about your practical knowledge within that NTPC. It's not a small industry; it's a large industry, and then our students have learned a lot of things from you, sir. And behalf of students, anybody have any questions from you? Anybody, please, or
You can put it in the chat box also.
anybody?
If you don't want to speak, you can put it on the chat box also. I'll answer, no problem.
Anybody, no problem. Any question you will ask to sir.
Yeah, someone has already written happiness is the main goal. Tariki Sandeep. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you for responding. Yeah, you are correct only. Then I have also told happiness should be the main goal, right? Any other?
Any other ma? Any other students? Any other ma? Anyone? Ask the questions to our resource person. Anybody?
So this is the time to utilize your doubts to clarify. Please respond, all the students and participants. Raise your doubts. So this is the right opportunity for you to interact with the industry person with vast experience.
Even out of this topic also, you can ask whatever you want. Okay. Related to any topic, you can. How to overcome problems.
Sarita madam, feedback form ఏమన్నా లింక్ ఉంటే షేర్ చేయబోనమ్మా.
Sir, after this, I will share, sir. And the WhatsApp link is also there. I will share to all the people, sir.
How to overcome problems. Praveen is asking this wonderful question. Actually, problem solving is an important activity which needs what are the alternative solutions. A problem will have a solution. There will be a solution definitely. So there might be n number of alternatives for a single problem. Okay. So we should write down all the alternatives. For that, reading or your knowledge, your experience, and you can take the help of other people also. We should learn from the mistakes of others, they say, no? So what those people have done, that also we should be in a position to list out. So there will be a huge bank with you with the proper alternatives for a solution. Then depending on your resources, your SWOT analysis, and both internal and external environment, you will be choosing the right option suitable for a particular problem. That is how you should solve your problem. Understood? So we should have this much analysis, this much information, the solution for a problem can be thought of. Yeah, next. So many people are saying thanks to me. Thank you so much. Any other question? How to develop positive thinking? It is very easy. Actually, we should always be positive. Yeah, except in this corona situation, for corona tests, we should be negative. Otherwise, we should always be positive. So we should be negative for the negative things. That becomes a positive thing, obviously. So minus of minus is positive, right? So it is like that only. Whatever negativity is there, we should be negative to that. So we should not go for negative activities, negative thinking, or so the opposite of that is automatically positive thinking. What I say is actually our thinking. Suppose 100 thoughts are there. You are having 80 negative thoughts. So try to reduce it 40. Automatically 60 becomes positivity. The moment you are reducing the negativity means you are increasing the positivity. Both are one and the same. So there are two approaches to reduce the negative thoughts or increase the positive thoughts. This is the positivity side of that. So increase the positivity, automatically negativity comes down because everything is fixed. Yeah. It is just by practice.
Hello, Shivashankar sir.
So we should positive thinking is a habit.
Mute, sir.
We can practice. Yeah.
Shivashankar sir. Mute, sir. Mute about your.
Amma.
Okay. Anybody having any queries? Please. So I am requesting.
Revanti madam has asked this positive thinking, right? Thank you, ma'am.
I'm requesting all the participants. Can you open the video, please? Once we will be see and.
Actually, one more question is there, ma'am, from Bhargavi ma'am. Sir, can you mention some books that would help students can enrich their managerial skills? Actually, manager skills, there are a number of books online. You can freely download and read also. Even video lectures are available in YouTube. We can see. So knowledge is from different forms and from different areas of the world. So we should capture all the information which is required. Yeah, not only books. So it is the information is available on podcasts, what I already told. Those are the online lectures given by the professors in the world. That is there, and YouTube videos are there which are helpful. So the medium of instruction is not only the books now. The knowledge is being transmitted through various forms. So we should explore all. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful question. What small business can learn from startups? Startups and small businesses are almost same. Startup is the new activity. For that, we have ecosystem, standard ecosystem. Even Telangana has that T-Hub, in which your ideas are nurtured and proper training is given by both industry, academia and the government and the financiers. All these people come to a single platform, and all these will help you to make you a better entrepreneur. So that is what T-Hub is doing, especially in Telangana. It is the first project, and then many other states are following that. Yeah. Any other? Thank you for the question. Which effective education strategies prevent drug abuse in teens? Oh, wonderful. Actually, there are two things, right? One is your bad habits. One is your addiction. Yeah, but that is a very big subject in psychology. We have Bad habits, how habits are formed. Actually, you can go to my blog. Recently I have written no tobacco day. Actually, there is one no tobacco day, world no tobacco day. On that,
ఆడకపోయింది అవి ఖరాబ్ అవుతాయి.
so we have bad habits and drug addiction is different actually. So you can just go through that blog. You will come to understand. If any doubt is there, you can get back to me. Actually, explaining this will take a lot of time, and it is out of the topic. Yeah.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, I'm requesting all the participants, just our madams and sirs also there. Please open your video, and we will be take one click for our behalf of our department. Thank you, sir. All the people, please open your video once, and we will set it as ensure our future for ensure our bright future.
Ma'am, one more question is there. What's a belief that you hold with which many people disagree? Obviously, it is happiness. Many people disagree with me in this corona pandemic situation. I used to send a happy world. Actually, I have developed a concept of happy world. So we should be wishing happy world instead of good morning, right? So that perspective, again, people were saying, sir, how can we be happy with so many people dying, and we are seeing all these sorrow situations? In that, how can we be happy? Many people have disagreed with that. Again, even I disagree with my own statement. Everything is in our hands. Okay. So I told you, no, corona, preventing corona is in your hands, but it is not in our hands. It is in God's hands. Again, our hands are in God's hands. So even if you take all the precautions also, there are some cases we can say. So again, I disagree with myself, with my own thinking, right? And what life lesson did you learn the hard way? Again, it is the same. Barriers of entrepreneurship is our lack of innovation, lack of innovative thinking, lack of financial literacy, again lack of knowledge, communication skills. All these are required for an entrepreneur. Whatever is required for an entrepreneur, if you don't have, then those are your barriers, right?